Hi everyone, welcome to Keops first Logcast. My name is Rob, I'm Managing Director and co-owner of Keops Limited. And this is Jem.
Hi everyone, I'm Jem. I'm also a Managing Director and co-owner of Keops, and we're here to discuss everything about log cabins. So Keops specialise in tailor-made log cabins, don't we? Everything's bespoke. So what are the benefits of a bespoke log cabin?
So the main benefits really is that you can just tailor it to your needs. So, and also depends on the plot size in the garden or your plot of land or whatever. So we can do customized sizes. I mean, we can literally do any size to the millimeter. There are cost-effective sizes or more ways of maximizing your spend, but we'll help you guide the way through those sorts of things. So size is a big one. The next thing would be sort of roof styles, roof pitches. I mean, if you're doing an art studio, you might want lots of light, so a nice vaulted ceiling. But lots of people, they need to comply with that permitted developments of 2.5 meters max height, and we can do that as well. And then obviously, depending on the orientation, how it's located in the garden, how you're going to view it from the house, where you need doors and windows to maximize light, natural light in the building. But also, I mean, a lot of people will want doors and windows everywhere, but you need to allow good wall space as well for hanging things or desks or heaters, things like that. So with us, I mean, okay, the log style, the way we do things, our manufacturing techniques are the same sort of principles throughout all of our log cabins we can do, but they are tailored to meet what you need.
Yeah, perfect. Because obviously looking through our range of doors, windows, etc. If you're creating a home office, you can have windows where you can put a desk underneath, can't you? And things like that. And obviously you can have, the right sort of doors with the right double glazing if you need sort of toughened double glazing for living accommodation and things like that. So we specialise in everything like that to meet all the requirements needed.
That's it. It's all about making the building work for how you need to use it. So, if you, for instance, you might be wanting to do a log cabin as a games room, a snooker table or something. Well, in that situation, you're not going to pick a whole wall of folding doors with all this glass and all this natural light. You need it in more of a darker space. So then you might be looking at little letterbox style windows or something like that. But then it may be like what we're in, a summer house. You want big folding doors. You want big tall windows. And again, nice vaulted ceiling. It's just to make that nice environment, but work for how you want to use it.
Yeah, and like a gazebo, for example, like out in the garden, outside catering, enjoying the summer evenings, that kind of thing. We can do glass sliding doors, can't we?
Yes, just as a wind barrier type of thing, but also that modern look. So you can have it fully open, get your barbecue on, pizza oven in there. But if wind starts picking up, slide your glass sliding walls closed, and it keeps it nice and warm and practical,
still be outside,
even in our beautiful British weather.
Yeah, like today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and it's nice sort of, when you apply all the furnishings, getting the sort of the space right, and then you can make it your own inside. And we've got solutions to help people with all of that kind of things as well, haven't we? So the log burners and plumbing and heating and all this kind of thing. So lots of contacts.
We can advise everyone. It's probably not a situation or a type of use that we haven't dealt with. I mean, we remember we've done rabbit motels.
Yes, exactly.
If you need somewhere to store someone to look after your rabbit whilst you're going on holiday, well, we've done it.
Exactly.
We've done those really long, thin buildings because somebody wanted a snake.
Exactly.
Everything, any type of man cave, train sets, things like that.
Workshops, things.
But it's all about making it your own, and we'll help through what we think is the right heating source, what is the right level of insulation, what is the right level of double glazing, and then also about products to use on the timber to get longevity out of it, but also colour. So make the colour however you want it. I mean, our recommended products, hundreds of colours to choose from. You can make it your own. Well, what we'll do is make it right, make it functional,
Yeah.
and then you make it your own.
You make it pretty.
Yeah, basically.
But like, you know, it's a really simple step, isn't it? All the customers would need to do is just give us, even just talk through with us what they're looking for. But a
Yeah.
really, really basic sketch of a drawing is all we need, like
If
4
I-
lines, you know, and some measurements.
Well, they
and
don't
we
even have
can
to be straight lines.
No,
think-
not at all.
I think people get worried about when
Yeah.
they hear bespoke. They think,
Yeah,
well, firstly, that's going to
Yeah.
cost me an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
I'm never going to afford this.
exactly.
And also the complexity, because you're talking about a building and people think, oh, I did that house extension, for instance, and that was an absolute nightmare. This isn't like it.
No,
This
not
is
at all.
quick and easy. I mean, as you said,
Yeah.
pick up the phone,
Yeah.
give us a call,
Yeah.
tell us, right, this is the space I've got,
Yeah,
and this is how I want to use it.
yeah, exactly.
Let us run with it.
Yeah.
We'll be able to advise you the right log thickness, the right glaze and insulation and everything. And you'll be surprised that everyone's always surprised at how affordable they actually are.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you're not going to be able to build in any other building technique. So,
No.
you know, SIPs are quite popular. You won't do it for the same cost as us. Timber frame,
Yeah.
traditional build.
Yeah,
You know,
bricks. Yeah,
it's just impossible to do it at the same price with the same level of comfort
yeah,
and at the speed that we
Yes.
can do it. I mean, sometimes in the year, what are we, 6 weeks delivery
Yeah,
time
yeah.
to get, and that doesn't matter. It could be your 4 meter by 4 meter,
yeah,
something like that, log cabin in your garden. Or it could be a 300 square meter commercial build for your cafe, your school, whatever.
anything.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Just might take us a bit longer on site.
Yeah,
But
exactly. But anything's possible, isn't it? So if they've got any idea that they're thinking in their head that they'd like to do, go down the log cabin route, and anything's possible.
explore it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's surprising that you know, any type of building that you might need, it can work as a log cabin. I mean, we've got garages out there for people with
Yeah.
Ferraris, Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis, things like
Exactly.
that. So people's most prestigious, you know, expensive,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, and toys really.
Yeah,
I mean, just being
exactly.
stored in a log
Yeah,
cabin, you know,
yeah.
secure roller shutter doors.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's absolutely sound. You can
Yeah.
do it for anything. And we've done house extensions as well as log cabins, haven't we?
we have.
Numerous times.
We've added buildings onto people's properties, porches onto the front, front doorways, and
Gazebo
Yeah.
sort of type conservatories,
yeah, exactly.
dining rooms,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. But it's what we want to sort of make sure that we can kind of say to people is, don't be frightened. Don't sort of think that anything, your question's silly or anything like this. Anything, just call us. We'll answer anything, and we won't. We're happy to answer all of your questions or all of your ideas. If you've got an idea, we'll make it work.
Absolutely. And we're not the sort of company that will say,
No.
you need all the most expensive options.
Yeah.
That's not our way.
No.
We'll actually make the building
Yeah,
right
Yeah.
for the customer rather than, of course, you could have a wall insulation, you could have double thick roof insulation, you can have extra thick floor insulation, you can make it an A energy rating type of house.
yeah.
But the reality is you don't need it.
No, and that this is the thing. You start off with a ballpark, but then you can say, well, if you upgrade to this insulation, or if you do this, these are your extra prices. Anything's possible, but but there's your basic, there's your ballpark, and then you add it on if you want to upgrade it.
Yeah, and quite often, we'll still say, with
Yeah.
extra insulations which just aren't needed in some houses or
Yeah.
things like that, because the buildings heat up really quickly anyway.
Yeah,
When you're not living in them, it's not a necessity to have such thick levels of insulation because the wood is so good.
Yeah.
It's solid,
Yeah.
thick wood. It's not like timber frame with a cavity in there, stud work cavity,
no,
thin cladding plasterboard, which has to have wall insulation. This is solid timber.
Yeah.
Wood is one of the best insulators you can get.
yeah,
That's why they have them in Scandinavia, in the coldest countries, and
Yeah.
living in them with the big logs. This is what we do.
Yeah, and we've got all the different type of log thicknesses if people want to start with the 33 mil, but all the way up to the 56 mil that is suitable for living accommodation. So,
Absolutely.
and that's the
It all depends on how the building's going to be used.
Yeah.
Are you just using it for storage?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
you don't need a 56 mil. 33 mil is fine. Structurally sound.
Yeah,
But you don't need the insulation properties. It's all about, are you heating the building? How long are you going to be heating the building? How much energy needs to be retained? And that's how we decide on what log thickness we think is right and what level of insulation we think is right.
and we guide everybody through that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So we touched on how easy it is to send over a plan or a phone call on what we're looking for. What are there are many other options of getting in touch with Keops so that we can help you.
Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, the best thing is to do, it all starts with a quick email or a phone call. That's the best way
Yeah,
to get going. So,
definitely.
you can drop us an email, one of the team will pick it up,
Yeah.
and we'll start to try and work out what you're actually looking for. So, usually the process is we'll have a conversation, work out how you're going to use the building and what sort of size you've got available, and then a rough idea of where you think you might want your doors and your windows. And then we'll take it from there to start off with. So we'll sort out a quote, try and explain it as best as possible of what we think is the right solution for you. And if you think the price seems to be about right in that sort of ballpark, then what we can do is we can do some 3D drawings for you so you can actually visualize how it's going to look.
Yeah, that's really
And
good,
that's,
isn't it?
yeah, it's helpful for people because people can't always, it's difficult to always just visualize something. So we'll help out with the visualization by providing this drawing. And then it makes, there's something there that we can kind of start on and move things around and change this, change that. And then once it's all looking good, then we often think it's a good idea come to our offices. If you want to come and check out the product, then we've got our main working offices, which are 240 square meters. We've got all the door and window options. We've got part of it set out as a 2-bedroom home, and we'll sit in the home, have a chat with you, go through the things, show you all these different options, roofing materials, roof styles, etc. And we'll also walk around our area where we've got another pyramid summer house cabin.
We're in one of those today.
We're in the
aren't we?
pyramid.
Yeah.
We've got a gazebo. We've got a flat roof modern design, which we've got set up as a home gym.
Yeah.
We've got a traditional apex with a shallow pitch roof to achieve this 2.5 meter max height, which is set up as a home office. And we've also got a huge double garage as well at the moment, but we're looking to put a few more in here just to show a few different options in the future. So it's well worth coming. I mean, we normally do sort of 2 appointment slots daily, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and we'll allow up to sort of 3 hours. So, you're not going to be rushed.
No, and they
Come
can just
in,
come and relax
have a chat,
and have a chat.
set the kettle on, and then
biscuits.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
and that's it. We'll just chat through everything, and then we know you fall in love. Everyone who comes in loves it as soon as they see it.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's it. Then the ordering process is easy. The lead time is quick. The build time is quick.
Yeah.
Very, very simple process.
Yeah, definitely. And we look after we held everyone's hand throughout the whole process, don't we? So, we'll guide them and we'll give them delivery weeks and we'll give them expected dates of delivery of materials. And, we'll always sort of email and say, cabin's on its way and things like that, so they're always informed, aren't they, of the process. We don't just sort of just leave you then once you've ordered. It's all very much of looking after you and great customer service. And
how many customers do we still talk to from 15 years ago?
Exactly. I mean, they're always coming forward and
just asking how to do certain things. If they want to do some modifications, maybe some upgrades.
Yeah, definitely.
Fine, we'll talk to anyone.
Or they want more.
They normally do.
Yeah.
If they've got space, they want it.
Yeah, exactly. Or they add extra to the building, to make it bigger.
Yeah, done it, lots of extensions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially that person that had the gym started off the gym, and then we added and added, didn't we?
Yeah,
It was 7 in total or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
More than
started off
that.
with was it 6.5 by 4, and then they had a little 2.5 by 3 on each side,
Yeah.
and then it came this way, and it's just so it ended up being 7 buildings.
Probably took over the whole garden, didn't it?
Well, fortunately, we had quite a nice little area just beyond the garden and a nice big plot of land, and so now they've got gym, sauna,
Yeah,
office, storage,
perfect.
games room, all in one big building, which they can walk from one all the way through to the other one. That's
Don't
it.
need to move house then. They've got it all, haven't they? Yeah,
Absolutely.
perfect. Yeah, brilliant. Well, you know, like I say, also other people can find us on our social media channels, and they can obviously message. There's lots of ways to message us and contact us on the website, brochure requests, contact us forms, or just pick up the phone. And we're always here to help. So
Drop us any questions
Yeah.
you want. If you want to hear about anything, if you want us to chat about anything, if you've got anything in particular you really want to know about the log cabins, then drop a comment or drop us an email, and we'll try and fit that in and
definitely
speak to it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks for watching, guys. Look out for more content and don't forget to subscribe.